Bobby Wilson, better known as Bobby Valentino, was born in Mississippi and raised in Atlanta. As a teenager, he joined a vocal group called Mista. They recorded an album and experienced success with the song Blackberry Molasses, which was released in 1996. According to the Gazette Review, they recorded a second album, but before it could be released, the group split up in 1997 due to management issues. Grand opening, grand closing. After graduating high school, Bobby enrolled at Clark Atlanta University, where he studied mass communications. While working to obtain his degree, he dreamed of pursuing his music career. In 2002, he auditioned for the first season of American Idol, but Simon Cowell, in particular, didn't think Bobby had what it took to be a star. Bobby told the This Is Noel Phillips website that he could have thrown in the towel right then and there. However, he decided to keep going. He recorded 3 demos while finishing up his college classes. Eventually, his demos made their way to Ludacris, who shared them with Shaka Zulu, who's Luda's manager and the co-founder of Luda's Disturbing the Peace record label, which is a subsidiary of Def Jam. They offered Bobby a recording contract, and Bobby signed on the dotted line. His smash hit Slow Down was released on Valentine's Day, 2005. The song had music lovers in a chokehold, and it earned him an ASCAP Rhythm and Soul Award. 2 months later, his debut self-titled album dropped. Bobby brought a new sound to the airwaves with his smooth vocals and impeccable songwriting skills. Thanks to the song Tell Me featuring Lil Wayne, the album was certified platinum. Since he was on Luda's label and even made an appearance on the rapper's song Pimpin' All Over the World, people assumed Luda was Bobby's mentor. But according to Bobby, that wasn't the case. Bobby realized that working underneath someone who was a star in their own right was diminishing his own light. He told the Urban Daily website that he ended up doing a lot of things himself, such as picking his own producers and A&Ring his own projects. In case you're unaware, A&R stands for Artists and Repertoire. Most big labels have an A&R department that helps to creatively and commercially develop an artist. He went on tour and started recording music for his second album, Special Occasion, which was released in 2007. The album included the song Anonymous featuring Timbaland. Unfortunately, the track barely reached number 49 on the Billboard Hot 100. While all this was going on, Bobby was hit with a copyright lawsuit from a British violinist who also went by the name Bobby Valentino. Bobby and the violinist came to an agreement that allowed them to coexist with the same name everywhere except in the UK. Well, Bobby's label goofed up and released his album Special Occasion under the name Bobby Valentino in the territories they agreed not to do so. Damn! Maybe he should have kept doing everything himself. Hell, if the professionals can't get it right. This resulted in a breach of their deal with the violinist, and Bobby told Unsung he and his label had to pay the guy a lot of money. Feeling down and defeated, Bobby dropped the name Valentino entirely and moved forward as simply Bobby V. While putting the finishing touches on his third album, he sang the hook on Lil Wayne's 2008 song, Mrs. Officer. Another banger. And before his third album could be released, Bobby suddenly parted ways with Disturbing the Peace. Several rumors circulated, including allegations that he was dropped due to his bad attitude. During a 2008 interview with Singer's Room website, Bobby was adamant that the split was amicable. He said, "I sat down with Ludacris and Shaka Zulu, and I explained to them that it was time for me to venture out on my own. They had no problem with it. They are cool with it. No beef at all." In a subsequent interview, it appeared that his major complaint was with the parent label Def Jam Records. Bobby told the Urban Daily website that there were too many talented artists on the label. He couldn't compete with them, and it was hard for him to get the attention he deserved. Bobby went on to say it was time to move on because he was ready to go the independent route. With his experience and college degree in his back pocket, he was prepared to take complete control of his career by being a businessman and an artist. He signed a deal through EMI Records to launch his own imprint label called Blue Collar Dreams. He dropped his third album called The Rebirth in 2009. The album peaked at #1 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums chart, and Bobby experienced some success with the song Beat featuring Young Jock. beep, 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 beep. She gonna let me beep, 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 beep. 2 years later, he re-emerged with his fourth album, 2011's Fly on the Wall. And his fifth album, Dusk Till Dawn, was released in 2012. Unfortunately, the album only sold 5,000 copies during its first week. From there, all hell broke loose in Bobby's life. Say it with me, besties. Here we go. Here we go. Before we continue with this hot, stinking mess, don't forget to scoop up something to munch on at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of beef and bacon jerky, blue raspberry licorice, and sour peach rings. Okay, let's get back to the story. In 2013, Bobby was sitting in his Bentley outside a recording studio in Atlanta when two men approached him with weapons. Bobby complied with their requests to exit the vehicle. The men then drove off in his brand new Bentley. Well, damn. After contacting the authorities, his Bentley was found abandoned at a commuter train station, and a man named Robert Enrico McFarland was detained and charged with robbery and carjacking. We were unable to find any updates on the case. However, we did find footage from Robert's 2022 funeral that was streamed online. Bobby got pulled into some more mess during a 2013 episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. What'd he do, girl? Y'all remember the episode with Kirk Frost and Benzino getting freaky with some thotties in a hot tub, and Kirk ended up cheating on his wife Rashida while she was pregnant? Well, as social media users went in on Kirk, Bobby got hit with a stray since Kirk's affair went down in Bobby's house. Bobby later told VH1, "I can't tell somebody what and what not to do. I'm not trying to wreck no families. I was just at the crib with some young ladies and they happened to come through and it popped off." Bobby laid low for a few years, but he popped back up in the news in July 2017 when a video surfaced of him allegedly skipping out on a prostitute. Wait a minute now. Pump the brakes now. Wait a minute. Pump the brakes. Wait, girl. Wait. Hold up.
Back up. Get out my house. Get out my house. Get out my house. Bobby V, y'all. Bobby Valentino, running.
The woman was later identified as a transgender woman named Rima Houston. After the footage went viral, Bobby denied that Rima was a prostitute and also claimed he had no idea she was transgender. Through his rep, he also stated that after Rima realized who he was, she began filming their encounter in an attempt to extort him. Bobby reported the extortion to law enforcement and promised to pursue legal action. As for Rima, well, she was open to telling her side of the story, and BET, with their messy selves, invited her to attend a sit-down interview. According to Rima, Bobby was already following her on social media when they finally met up at a club event Bobby was hosting. Bobby invited her and her friends to his VIP section. Rima stated she thought she was going to get put on in the industry since Bobby was talking to her about some business opportunities. Girl, doing what? Rima said she told Bobby she was a transgender woman, and Bobby said he wasn't discriminative at all. Later on, Bobby visited Rima at her studio apartment, and according to Rima, she had a friend over, and Bobby asked the friend to leave. Rima thought they were going to discuss some personal business matters, so she agreed it was best for her friend to leave. Girl, now, you couldn't have thought that shit. I wish you could see how hard I'm rolling my eyes. When they were one-on-one, Bobby was allegedly trying to find out how Rima got that in her jeans. Y'all so messy. She said Bobby stood in front of her and started undressing. That's when she grabbed her phone and started questioning him about what the hell he was doing. As Bobby scurried out of her house, he left his shoes and keys behind.
You forgot your shoes and your keys. If you want it back, bring me some money. Call me so I can tell you the price, Bobby V.
Not Cinderella leaving the Timberlands behind. Bobby made good on his promise to pursue legal action by filing a lawsuit against Rima. In court docs, Bobby said Rima took the unauthorized video of him during their encounter, and when he asked her about it, she threatened to release the video on social media unless he paid her several $1,000s. While all that was going on, a second transgender woman named Shauna Brooks came forward with new allegations that Bobby wanted her to blow his back out. That sounds fun as hell. Shauna posted a screenshot of a missed call from Bobby. However, she didn't confirm if she called him back or if they ever linked up. And then Lil Scrappy got pulled into Bobby V's shenanigans. Lord, this is getting messy. An Instagram account called My Mixtapes uploaded a video of Scrappy and Bobby partying with women who were described as being transgender. Once the video went viral, Scrappy did his best to distance himself from Bobby. Scrappy stated he didn't know what the hell Bobby was into. They only made music together. As for his own preference, Scrappy said he had never been with a transgender woman. He also said he could tell when a woman was transgender, and he was almost certain that the women in the video were real bitches.
They might have just been ugly bitches, but them was some real bitches. They were bitches. You feel what I'm saying? And niggas just come up with anything. They didn't want to put me in it. Don't drag me in that shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
And then, out of nowhere, Bobby popped up and popped out with a newborn baby. A baby? Who the baby? Whose baby did he borrow, honey? Some people accused Bobby of staging the video in order to silence the rumors about his sexual preference, but he later confirmed that he's indeed the proud father of a baby girl named Lilac. It was finally time for his court case against Rima. And guess what? Bobby's goofy ass didn't even show up to court. In a screenshot of Rima's Facebook post captured by Straight from the A website, Rima announced that because Bobby didn't show up, the case was dismissed. Wasting them folks' time. Months later, in January 2018, his child's mother took to social media to say she walked in on Bobby getting freaky with a woman who appeared to be transgender. She stated she beat his ass and gave him a black eye, but he decided not to press charges because he allegedly didn't want the truth about his sexuality to get put on blast again. In another message, she reportedly wrote that she was disappointed because she tried to help him with his fetish, but he couldn't resist being a sneaky pansexual. Not a sneaky pansexual. Days later, she deleted the posts and claimed she was hacked. Girl, stop lying on Beyonce's internet and sit your ass down somewhere. I'm talking about hacked. Bobby put his focus back on making music and released his 6th studio album, Electric, in 2018. That same year, he was named as a suspect in a Georgia case involving a woman that was taken advantage of. A rep for the singer denied the allegations on his behalf and stated the alleged victim was only out for Bobby's money. What money? Bobby hopped on his Twitter to post a poorly written message that read, "Can't nobody tear down what God built." Comedian Lil Duval entered the chat and posted a since-deleted tweet that read, "Bobby V just need to get saved and give his life to God, 'cause sinning ain't working for him." Bobby's rep told TMZ they were pursuing legal action against the woman. Unfortunately, we were unable to find the results of the case. In May 2021, Bobby was back in the news after he took to his social media to criticize women for being naked on Instagram. In his post, Bobby said, "You b****s be naked so much on this app, I be wondering how y'all look in clothes. Like, sis might be cute in a turtleneck." No, he didn't. Unsurprisingly, Instagram users let him have it. They called him every name in the book and said he was washed up and a lame. Bobby had no choice but to address his critics in a separate video. He said, "So if I'm so washed up and a lame, why do y'all care so much about what I do?" Ninja, we don't care. You just fuck up so bad it's hard to ignore. As of this video, Bobby is working on developing other artists. He still releases music and performs as well, including at a March 2024 concert where online users dragged him for stepping out on stage without his drawers. What in the free ballin' is going on here? He has teamed up with Ray J, Sammy, and Pleasure P to release music as a group called RSVP, and he has a lot of acting credits under his belt, including appearances in Video Girl and Demons of Jack County. As for his love life, Bobby told Ugly Money TV during a 2023 interview that it's hard for him to be with one woman because he encounters so many beautiful ladies when he's out on the road. That doesn't mean he hasn't given up on love, though. But if you want to be the leading lady in his life, you have to have way more than just a pretty round thing. He told XO Nicole website that he wants a woman who is mentally strong, someone who wants to learn and research things, and someone who likes to read books, exercise, and chase after her dreams. That sounds easy enough. And he still can't find that special woman. Okay. For those who think he has fallen off, Bobby disagrees. He told XO Nicole website that he hasn't even scratched the surface yet. He added, life is peaks and valleys. You've got to be able to ride the roller coaster, and you've got to hold on. If not, you're going to fall off, and it's over with. So I really feel like this is the beginning of a legacy right now. Do you think Bobby can make a full comeback? Or is his moment at the top of the charts over and done?